Hello, and welcome to the 6 Essential Online Marketing Strategies for 2010, presented by SmartFlexSolutions.com. Hi, I'm Travis Houston, and I'm going to be your host for this presentation, and what do you say we just go ahead and jump right into it? The reason we're doing this presentation is to help you make more money in your business and hopefully get paid doing what you love to do. And let's just talk about what those 6 steps are before we jump into each one of those individually. The first thing we're going to talk about is your website and why that's the key strategy behind all the other strategies for building your business online. We're then going to talk about search engine optimization and how that relates to building links and getting information that's important for having your website place higher in the search engines. We're then going to talk about social media marketing and what 4 social media types you should be using right now in your business and how to do it, as well as a few challenges we're going to give you that would be great if you could accomplish sooner rather than later. Then we're going to go on to talking about online ads and how to place free online classified ads that drive business back to your website right now. We're going to talk about face-to-face marketing. I'm going to give you a strategy to use in face-to-face marketing and then a few places to go out and actually put them into practice. The last thing we're going to talk about is pay-per-click advertising, why it's important, what tools you can use to do it, and how they relate to driving links back to your website, and some of the kind of secret information they give you that we think is essential that you know. So it's a lot of information that we're going to go over today, and because of that, we've made a companion PDF that goes along with everything we're going to talk about in this presentation today. It's a free download for you. So after the presentation, make sure to go in and download this PDF so that you can remember and link to many of the things that we're talking about today. So let's keep going. And the first strategy that we want to talk about, and what I think is the absolute most important one, is your website. But just not any website, actually building a website by design. So important to do that. What do I mean by websites by design? Well, let me take you through what I think are the absolute necessities you need to have to build a website by design. First and foremost, a branded logo. And even more than a logo, it's really the colors, the fonts, and the entire look, touch, and feel of your entire website, because that's going to spill over into all your other marketing materials. So whether you decide to go for a logo that is just an image logo, or whether a text and image logo, or whether just a text logo, you want to make sure that you have the same type of font and not to use any more than 2 or 3 fonts throughout your entire website and all your marketing materials. Make sure to use the same colors, the same different shades of blues or whites or black or yellow or whatever your colors are. Use them consistently across all your marketing materials. The next thing that I think is super important is to have photos that match what your target market is ideally looking to accomplish. If you're a personal fitness trainer, for example, well, your clients want to lose weight and get fit, so have images of your client's end goal. So, if they want to look, got 6-pack abs and big guns and they're nice and tan, we'll get pictures of those people, even though how that's not they're going to look right now. Have pictures of how they absolutely want to look ideally after they're through with your product or service. The next most important thing is a blog. And blogs are great for your website because they keep fresh and current content on your website, and the search engines love fresh, updated content. So it's so important on your website to have a blog and to keep that blog updated consistently. And I'm going to show you a few ways that you can do that later on in the presentation. The next thing that's important to have is magnetic headlines. And great headlines, you never know what headlines are going to work the best, so it's important to test different headlines and see which ones have the best conversion, which ones are being clicked through the most, which pages are being looked at the most. And to do that, you can use a free program called Google Analytics. And if you have a website or if you have a blog, I think it's absolutely essential to test and track your copy and your headlines and see which ones have the best conversion for your website. It's also important to have intuitive page navigation. Your navigation are those little tabs on the top or the side of your website that are things like your home button, your about button, button, your contact us button, buttons that talk about the features, benefits, and advantages of your website. It's important to have as few of those as possible to get your message across. You don't want your site to be littered with too many buttons and your prospects don't know where to click. So you want to boil that down to the essential navigation buttons that are appropriate for you, your website, and your target market. The last thing I want to show you is it's important to have a lead capture or an opt-in form, a place where your clients can click and get subscribed to your newsletter, get some sort of a free report or ebook, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. But this is where you turn your leads and prospects into sales by getting them on some sort of an opt-in list, an autoresponder list, in your email list, so that you can follow up with them consistently over time and hopefully sell them, if not right now, in the future, and more things in the future, more times in the future. So you need a lead capture and opt-in form to do this. And it's really what I call the money magnet on your website, because you want to have a great website, you want to provide a lot of information. But the most important thing is to be able to get, a name, a phone number, an email address, some sort of contact information so that you can stay in touch with your clients. And different things you can use for this, for your opt-in forms, is to give somebody a free trial or a coupon. Let them, test or try your product. Take a few days and write an ebook. It could be as little as 10 pages and as many as 100. Whatever it is, give them something for free, an informational download. You might want to make a few videos. Grab your video camera, record a screen flow, record a video directly from the camera on your computer, whatever it is. Give them something of value. Maybe it's a 30-day free trial or a $1 trial to your website or service. Whatever it is, create something of value for them and then give it to them to try so that they want to opt into your website form. And we'll talk more about that later on. The next thing we want to talk about is building the necessary pages on your website so that you place higher in the search engines. And this is called a quality score by Google. If you just go into Google and type in Google quality score, there's pages of information on Google itself that tell you how to get a higher quality score. And some of the things that they mention that they want you to have on your website are these pages. The first one they think is very important is have an about page where it talks about you, about your company, about your service. To have a page that discusses that. The next thing Google wants you to have is a contact page or a contact us page, a page on your website that has a form or information. Maybe it has your email address or phone number, or if you're a physical product, it has your address. It could just be a simple form that allows your prospects to go in and put in their information and ask a question of you, but some sort of a contact form. Then Google wants you to have a sitemap, and a sitemap lists all the pages in your website. So the search engines or spiders that Google sends out to index the internet can find what pages are in your website very easily. A sitemap is something that we at SmartFlex Solutions help all our clients put on their websites so that they get ranked higher by the search engines, among many other things. The last two items that Google says is important to have on your website to get a better quality score and thus higher rankings in the search engines is a privacy policy that lets people know what you do with the information collected on your website, and then a terms of service, which is general information about how you run your business and what you do with that information and anything that's relevant to your target market in the terms of service. So those are the 5 pages that we really absolutely recommend you have on your website, in addition to any other pages that are relevant for your target market. And those are just a few of the things that we want to discuss with having a good quality website. Obviously, there's many more things that go into it, but as a high-level overview, that's what we want to discuss and what we think is important for you to have a website by design. The next thing I want to talk about is search engine optimization and why it's so absolutely important. So in short, it's called SEO, but you may have heard of it called search engine optimization. So let's take a look at that. The first aspect of search engine optimization is developing great keywords. And so you want to have a really good keyword generator to generate the keywords that are most relevant for your niche and for your website. So there's a number of different kind of keywords that you can use. You can use long tail keywords, which are generally phrases of 2 to 5 words that someone might be searching for. So as an example, at SmartFlex Solutions, we work with a number of fitness trainers. So a good long tail keyword for a fitness trainer would be information about what they do, where they do it, and how they do it. So an example of that might be, let's say that someone is doing a group boot camp fitness training in downtown San Diego. So someone might go on Google and search for downtown San Diego group fitness boot camp. And that's a long tail keyword. And if you're optimized for that keyword, then you would be one of the people that show up in the Google search for that. And so we help you at SmartFlex, one of the things we do is we help you generate keywords for your website. And we're going to help you generate all of these. Long tail keywords, negative keywords are keywords that you don't want to be found for, like, free. Maybe your service isn't free and you don't want to be found if someone says, hey, I'm looking for a free downtown San Diego boot camp for fitness, and then it would kick that search out because you don't do free. You want to get paid for what you do because you're worth it. The next thing are phrase keywords, and phrase keywords are a combination of words together. Which is also kind of like broad keywords. Local keywords, well, that's pretty obvious. It's location based. Are you in San Diego? Are you in New York? Are you in Toronto, Canada? Are you in Paris?